Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Washington Examiner. Now this was published on February 2nd. It's written by Caitlin Yelich, or I'm sure I'm butchering it. And I love how they're trying to portray this. Like, the Trump organization itself was knowingly employing these people. Like, Trump had something to do with it. Goes to show Caitlin Yelich's bias here. Because this was one person at this particular golf course that was doing shady, illegal shit to have these illegals working there and used the power that they had over those people to treat them like complete and total shit. I actually did a video on this. And instead of reporting on that and making this Democrat Rep. Jimmy Gomez look like a complete shitbag by countering his narrative with facts, no, Caitlin went along with the narrative and the Washington Examiner allowed it. Second former employee who worked for the Trump organization illegally to attend State of the Union. A former undocumented immigrant who worked for President Trump as a housekeeper will attend his State of the Union address next week, the second to be invited by a federal legislator. First off, to be an immigrant, you have to enter a country legally. To immigrate is to enter a country legally. You can't be an undocumented immigrant if you did not enter. You can't be an immigrant if you didn't enter legally. So you can't be an undocumented one. You can be an illegal alien, as in an illegals, as in an illegal. So yeah, that's about it. You can't be an undocumented immigrant. Sorry, Caitlin. And I love this. Who worked for President Trump as a housekeeper will attend his State of the Union address. Like, he knew. Trump had no knowledge of this. This was proven that he didn't have any knowledge of it. That it was this one person. And this one person held over these illegals' heads. That they could royally fuck them. And this is the second to be invited by a federal legislator. I mean, big friggin' whoop. Rep. Jimmy Gomez, Democrat, California, invited Sandra Diaz, who worked for Trump from 2010 to 2013 at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, to be his guest. Now, this is the funny thing. Who worked for Trump? No. Not directly. They make it sound like she worked directly for him. She worked for the golf club under someone who falsified documents, who lied with the company, who did really shady things, and Trump didn't know. But they want to make it sound like, he directly knew and she worked directly for him. No, she worked for the golf club and she did do some things that involved, like, with his residence there, but she was doing them in her capacity of working at the hotel. That's at the golf club. Or his residence at the golf club. I'm sure they have, rooms and stuff like that. But yeah. It's no small feat for a migrant from Costa Rica to stand up to a bully and hypocrite in the White House, Gomez said in a statement. Excuse me? Dipshit. You do realize she said nothing but positive things about Trump, right? Oh, that's right, Gomez. You don't care. You're trying to push a narrative because I covered this and she said positive things. She is living proof that President Trump couldn't be more wrong, both morally and factually, when he demonizes those who come to America seeking a better life. Well, first off, he doesn't demonize people coming to America seeking a better life. Not those who do it legally. On top of this, when you have all these illegals committing crimes disproportionately to the population, there's a reason for that. It's because the people that are coming in illegally don't give a shit about law. If they gave a shit about law, they would respect the laws of the United States and come here legally. I mean, I've got a friend, Guatemalan. I mean, shit, you threw... With how the left is if we could make him accent neutral, I mean, they would think that if we get rid of his accent, with what comes out of his mouth, they'd be like, oh, he's white. He's KKK. He's the Nazi. And he'd be, and let him go right back into his accent and be like, no, I'm Guatemalan. All right, it pisses him off. He loses his shit looking at what these illegals are doing. Because he's like, I busted my ass. I saved up so that I could come to the United States legally. And these people, they get bussed up to the border. This was him saying it. They get bussed up to the border and then they're like, let me in. And I understand where he's coming from, and I respect where he's coming from, because he did it the right way and he busted his ass. Trump wasn't demonizing him. Gomez, you dumb shit. Diaz, who is now a legal resident of the U.S., shared her story of working for Trump while being an undocumented immigrant from Costa Rica with the New York Times last year. And she said positive things about him. He tipped her very well. He treated her with respect. And he had no clue that she was illegal. Diaz said she was one of a number of undocumented workers who were employed at the golf club. Part of her job working at the golf club was to clean Trump's personal residence, including washing and ironing his clothes. Yeah. And one person, the one who made it so that they could have these illegals under their thumb, is the only one who knew that they were illegal. Huh. Go figure. And they make it sound like, it's a bad thing that they cleaned his personal residence and washed his clothes as part of their job. They were getting paid for it. Apparently, the Trump organization had no problem with hiring undocumented immigrants like Sandra to polish their golf clubs, serve them drinks, and make their beds. Treating these hardworking people with dignity, however, was clearly a bridge too far, Gomez said. Excuse me, Gomez, dumb shit. She said nothing but praise about Trump and how he treated her. Talked about how she was treated poorly by the person who was doing the illegal shit. The Trump organization had no knowledge of it. So if you have no knowledge, how can you have or have not? How can you have a problem or not have one? Explain that one. If you don't know, there's no way you can have a problem. Sorry. Don't mean to correct you on that one. Actually, no, I do, because you're a dumb shit. I mean, give me a break. This is ridiculous. Gomez is trying to cash in on this, okay? And doesn't realize that the one that he's trying to use here was quoted as saying that Trump treated her well. Democrats don't give a shit about facts. They only give a shit about optics. And how they can manipulate them to look a certain way. Gomez won't be the only former Trump organization employee who was an illegal immigrant while working for the company to attend the State of the Union. You mean Diaz? Jesus Christ, who the... Gomez is the fucking rep. He never worked for Trump. You mean Diaz? So it should read, Diaz won't be the only former Trump organization employee who was an illegal immigrant while working for the company to attend the State of the Union. Victoria Morales, an illegal immigrant who was fired from Trump National in Bedminster after 5 years, will join Rep. Bonnie Watson Coleman, Democrat, New Jersey, at the address. Okay. I love how they take a fired employee who probably sucked at their job and go, oh, look at her. She doesn't have an ulterior motive. Oh, God. I mean, this is some funny shit. They're literally trying to fabricate a story out of nothing. Because Trump had no knowledge. The corporate structure of Trump's companies, like the golf club, they had no knowledge. It was One individual who did. One individual who falsified paperwork. One individual who lied to the higher-ups above them. Yet somehow this is on Trump. You gotta love the left. Damn the facts and full speed forward with the optics. Oh, God. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.